Welcome. So you're here with Michelle Frost, and this evening I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial with purples. I get a lot of requests for this one. I sort of go back and forth between silvers and purples. They're my two favorites. I'm gonna start with, I already did a cleanse with a primer, matte primer. So now I'm gonna start with my Resilience. It's by COOLA. It's featuring a bouquet of pale dramas, white, and apothecary rose stem cells. So, you know, I love the stem cells and anything floral. So I'm using that. And a lot of times I'll use one of my brushes I use to put on my foundation. And I just like to do that so I'm not touching my face a whole lot. And this goes on beautifully. It smells like rose petals. It smells really, really beautiful. It makes me feel beautiful. If I wear nothing else when I go out of the house, I'll put this on with some lip gloss and I just feel pretty. So, see, I don't know if you guys can see, but it sort of just gives me sort of an even skin tone. So I start with that. I'm going to start with my eyes. My favorite MAC Delicate Drift. I love this one. I use it a lot. And I like to put it all over my lid. I'm not real careful with it. Just sort of put it everywhere. It's sort of a taupe with a bit of a pink shimmer to it. It's called Good Karma. So I'm coming in with that up here on my brow bone. I like the way that looks. Since it's shimmery, I like to highlight the brow bone. I'm going into the crease. I always want to do dark in the crease. Makes your eyes more defined. Bringing it out to the outer edge here, to where your eye ends, okay? So I go into the crease, all the way into the inner corner, all the way, sweeping it all the way across the eye, into the crease, all the way across, deep in there, to the outside of my eye, where your eye ends, to that outer edge. And you know, when you get older, your eyes get a little saggier. The skin's a little more, shall we say, pliable. And it moves around a bit more. So I just go with it, and I try not to pull it too much. I try to go very gently with my brush. I raise my eyebrow to stretch it out, and then just get in there and spread it all around so it doesn't get stuck in the wrinkles. There we go. It's really, really dark matte purple. And I really loaded up my brush. I went around several times on the tip. I click off my brush a little because I don't want the powder to fall all over my cheeks. And then I come in here just to the outside edge and I go in like a triangle, like the middle of your lash line out and up by your brow bone. And you make sort of like an open triangle look. You might have to get a little bit more on your brush, but you can already see the difference. It really makes a definition in that corner area. And you bring it out as far as you want. Now I bring mine out where I'm going to eventually draw my eyebrow line down to. My eyebrow ends up here, but I want it to come down more. You really want your eyebrow line to end where the outside corner of your eye is if you drew a 45-degree angle up. So if you take your brush and you go up from the corner of your eye, it goes from really the corner of your nose, the corner of your eye, and then that's where the corner of your eyebrow should end. So if you go like this, imaginary line going up. So I take my eyeshadow and I bring it out to that line. That makes your eyes elongated and more, makes your eye more open, bigger, and like just like that, like a cat eye. Beautiful. I'm gonna go back to that like sparkly Good Karma that I put on my brow bone, and I'm just gonna come back over again, just one more sweep across the top of this to the brow bone out, just in case it got too dark up there. And so these are my Stila purple sparkles. Oh, it's getting a little dried out. So I go in here with my brush. You know, I'm going to show you guys a trick that I do. Sometimes when my things are starting to get dried out, this is something that works amazing. I get lavender oil and I will put a drop, just one, maybe two, not more than that, into my sparkles. I also use it in my mascara. Now, the reason being is it helps keep it emollient, but it also is a natural antibacterial. And so you don't want to put too much because it'll burn your eye, but you can put it in and it helps like keep them moisturized. I just put a drop of this, the lavender oil in here, and I'm telling you, it works like a charm. And again, I always go into the corner of the eyelid and just to the center of the eyelid and just a little bit up. And I have to tell you guys, more than any other color, this is the one that I get the most, by far and away, the most compliments on. This is the one, when I'm wearing this, people literally stop me on the streets and ask me about my eyeshadow. Multiple times a day when I wear it. And when it hits sunlight, wow, it's amazing. It's like the color of purple orchid. It's just so pretty. There, see? Always use the Pro Longwear Concealer by MAC. It comes in a little glass tube. And then under the eye, I just go very gently under my eye and bring it all the way out and then down into a small triangle going across my cheekbone and all the way out, fanning it out to the side and a little bit in here, highlighting. Foundation, and this is by Laura Mercier. I put it on with my foundation brush. I don't use a sponge. I know a lot of people are very hip on the sponges these days. Me, they just don't seem like they get very clean, and I'm obsessed about cleaning my brushes constantly, and I have a thing about making sure my skin is clean all the time, so I don't feel like you can properly clean your sponges. So I'm sure there are ways, like, you know, I've said before, I'm not a professional makeup artist, and I know sponges are pretty inexpensive. You can get them way less expensive than brushes, so you can you know, change them out frequently, but I just prefer a brush. I think that it goes on beautifully And I'm not touching it with my fingers. I'm holding it with the handle. So I don't know, I'm probably old-fashioned, but it's just what works for me. Video, as you get older, you lose a lot of color. You just don't have that rosy glow and that glowing vibrance that you used to have when you were younger. So I like to put more blush than I used to. Actually, I never used to wear blush when I was younger. I never wore blush for years and years and years. And it's only been in the last probably 10 years or so that I even started wearing it. I've had to force myself to wear it because I started looking so weird with dark eyes and lipstick and no blush, no color on my cheeks. And so, and I was with this beautiful young girl one time at work, and she was saying to me how we were going out after work, and she got her blush out and she put some really beautiful bright rosy blush on, and she said, oh yeah, I need to put some rosy blush on so it makes me look more youthful. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so true. And ever since then, I was like, oh, I have to put my rosy blush on so I look more youthful. So I'm very thankful to my dear friend. And today I'm gonna go with a little bit of a copper highlighter. I love a copper highlighter. Not good. I think I told you guys before, I'm not good with eyebrows. It's not a gift of mine. I wished I were better at it. I want to be good at them, but I'm just not. So with this stuff, it helps me. It makes this process as easy as possible for me. This my cousin, she's the one that got me on this. She gets this for me now. She still lives in Sydney. But I saw it on her, and she told me about it. It looks so, her eyebrows had never looked so good. And I was visiting, and then I went to Brisbane, and this woman at this department store, oh, she did my eyebrows so beautiful. I wished I had the gift. So I bought it on the spot. It's the best eyebrow stuff I've ever used. So, like I said, if I could do justice to this stuff, I'd be in business, boy. But already looks better. Okay, finally. So, I finished my mascara, and now for the final touch, my COOLA makeup setting spray. So I always use this, especially when I'm going on setups. I spray this on my face, but when I have any eyeshadow or sparkles or anything on my eyes, I spray this on my eyes to set my eyeshadow and my sparkles so that they don't fall on my face during the day. And it's 70% organic, plus it has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's really good for your skin. It's got the peony leaf, the juniper berry, phoenix leaf stem cells, and it has an SPF of 30. So it's really great for your skin, and it works. So here we go with that. And then voila, ready to go. So, Glam by Michelle. I'm all set for the day. Hope everybody has a wonderful week.